we're Thunderbear Studios. So follow us.
Into lore and legends.
And all we ask is that you bring your imagination.
So, by this point, the second episode of Secrets of Sweethaven, What Happened at Dinner, will have come out, and hopefully you all love it. So, that means, drumroll please, it's the first commentary for our first story.
Yippee!
And what we'll be covering in the commentary today, Jacob?
So we're mainly going to be talking about a bunch of like the behind the scenes stuff that we've been doing and that came together to have this story be created. 'Cause it's kind of a fun story that happened behind the scenes with all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, we'll probably get into it when we talk about the inspiration for the story. But I thought that the folks might also be curious how we even got started.
Yeah.
Which that kind of ties in. So I think it'll flesh itself out within that. Maybe that's the perfect place to begin.
Yeah, I think so.
The best place to begin is the beginning.
And the best place to end is when you're done.
Amen. Aside from what we're talking about, but it always struck me funny, the term, it's in the last place that you looked, because once you find it, you don't have to look anymore, so that is the last place that you look. So
true.
Just something that's been bothering me for a while. Anyhow, let's start with the inspiration / how we got here today. So, since this is kind of your brainchild to begin with, do you wanna start it off?
Sure. So during college, just to sort of unwind on the weekends after, especially like particularly stressful weeks of classes, work.
Because college isn't stressful. What are you talking about?
It's not stressful in the slightest. A group of us would get together and just hang out and play games. And one night we decided, we kind of feel like being detectives. So it's like just a little one and done thing. We decided to do like a mystery TTRPG.
A tabletop role-playing game, for those who are not privy to that acronym.
Acronym.
Because, the usual TTRPGs we've done, usually more sword and sandal, like medieval kind of fare, stuff like that. One of our other stories that we'll be hitting will be another one of these instances, but yeah, we thought mystery. Let's try a little murder mystery.
I was the one, I think that week in particular, it was like one of the other guys who was a part of our group who usually was in charge of things couldn't be there. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay, I can run a quick little mystery thing and have fun. And, I didn't really think of it as much because I'm like, this might be fun to just spend a weekend with the guys and do. And so everything that happens in the script either happened with us playing it or is a dramatized version of what happened.
most, if not all, of the decisions in the story were actual decisions that were made in the game. There might be one or two that I think we kind of embellished on after the fact because we're like, we did decide this one thing, but that doesn't make any sense storytelling-wise.
So a lot of the interactions that the characters have with either each other or different people in the town, yeah, that actually happened.
And, ladies and gentlemen, I already know the question that you're thinking in your mind. Yes, the interaction between Dr. Cross and Marty McDonald did actually happen that way in the game. And yes, we were all equally as confused why Dr. Cross decided to ask Marty to come to his house in such a strange way.
Yes. That was very weird. But hey, it ended up, we worked it, and it ended up working out pretty good.
Yep.
Yes, it was very interesting.
To the credits of the player and voice actor of Dr. Cross, we do understand that he had to go when that scene was happening in game, so he was just trying to wrap it up.
Yeah.
But it doesn't change the fact that it was the funniest thing that we'd ever seen.
So that was very much the inspiration for this whole thing. We didn't start out right after it was done going, hey, we should make like an audio drama of this.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was like a couple weeks later.
I distinctly remember it being...
because it was Michael.
Yeah.
Because Michael wrote it down, and he's like, this could make an interesting short story.
Mm-hmm.
And then he talked to us about it, and we're like, it could also make like a decent audio drama, too.
Yes.
And that's kind of, oddly enough, that's kind of where the whole idea of Thunder Bear Studios and this kind of got started.
Yes. I distinctly remember the night that Michael asked me about it because for our audience, I have for a long time been trying to get into the entertainment industry, but on my own terms because it is wrought with a lot of things that Christians can't and don't support.
Mm-hmm.
So I've just been trying to work my way up in my own time and fashion. So when Michael came to me and said, hey, we're all creative fellas, and I talked to Jacob about this idea of starting our own podcast where we write our own stories and voice act and release them. Are you on board? I was like, say less, you son of a gun. I'm in. So yeah, I distinctly remember that night, and after we actually all sat down to discuss it together, the three of us, I don't think there was really any other choice for a first story.
Yeah.
There's a couple ideas that floated around, but we were all like, hey, this is still fresh in our minds.
Mm-hmm.
As we said, Michael already wrote down a short story based on it, which is basically everything that we said and did, but in a more dramatized fashion.
Yeah.
So we're like...
And plus he forgot a few things.
He did forget quite a few things. We will cut him some slack, because when he was writing it, it was while he was working security, and he was probably brain dead from being up too long, and he will attest to that. We can all attest to that.
Yes.
Working overnight on security, you are struggle bussing to stay awake.
Yes, very much so.
But yes, that was the inspiration for this first episode / story and for the Thunder Bear Studios as a whole. So, anything else that you think is kind of interesting that people might find fascinating about that part?
Not that I can think of right
I'm
off.
curious. What was your initial reaction to? Did Michael first approach you about Thunderbear Studios?
Not, well, kind of. Because me and him were literally just sitting down and talking about um, his little short story that he had done for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of look at him and go, Michael, now this would work pretty good as like an audio drama kind of thing. And he's just sort of like, yeah, it would. You know,
Like, now that you say that.
now that you mention it, and we kind of chatted about it for an hour or so. I forget how long we talked about it for, but after talking about it for a while, Michael's like, well, we could talk to Paul, and if he's interested in doing something with this, it could be fun though.
It could be. Could be very fun.
It could be.
And so far, it has been fun.
Yeah.
Which kind of segues pretty well into the next thing that we're going to talk about, the writing process. All of us have varying degrees of writing experience. Hopefully this has come out in the stuff that we've talked about so far, but we're all creative. Some... Jacob did air quotes for those who, well, no one can see this because it's all audio.
It's all audio.
We have active imaginations. That's probably the best way to put it.
I would say
We have active imaginations. And so each of us have pursued expressing those imaginations through different means. All three of us were in plays in college. Jacob, you have put videos on a YouTube channel that you've done with your brother,
yes.
and also another YouTube channel that you
Just do gaming.
do
on.
gaming stuff with. Michael would have to be here to list the things that he's done, but I know he's like writing some more short stories, working on a book that he plans to publish. At least I believe he plans to publish it.
Mhm.
Let's see what else. He's a big reader, so that doesn't really express his creativity that much, but it helps fuel it.
Yeah.
Me, like I said, been in plays for quite a while, starting off as a child and then college. I'm also writing some books that I hope to get published. Some of them might actually be turned into some form of audio entertainment for you all, so we shall see. But yeah, we all have this desire in us to create stories and release them for people.
Yeah.
So we once we had this opportunity to write a script, we're like, hey, let's go at it. And fortunately, Michael had the structure of the story for us
Yeah.
already through the short story that he made, and then Jacob, with the creation of the story, he already fueled that, so it was just fleshing out the scenes that we had within it that really gave us something to chew on.
And it was kind of a unique writing process, both in a traditional sense and also from what we're going to be doing with the rest of the stories.
Yeah.
This was much more of a collaborative process between all three of us,
Yeah.
where
So, we each wrote different episodes of the story. I wrote 2, but we kind of collaborated on the second one that I wrote.
yeah.
And if you all want to guess which story or which episode each person wrote, leave a comment. You'll only be able to guess on the first 2 so far, but guess which person wrote the first 2 episodes, and we can't guarantee a prize because
We'll probably like reveal it in the second commentary.
yeah, in
that
the
we
second
do.
commentary we'll reveal who wrote which episode. So kudos to you if you get it right. One of our voice actors was scarily correct when we asked him to guess who wrote which episode. Um, we're still not exactly sure how he was able to do it. Like his logic made sense, but
Yeah.
like,
Because like we just handed him the script for the whole thing, and he read through it, and we're just like, all right, guess which one of us wrote each episode. And he looked at it, and he's like, he pointed out who wrote each episode, and he gave a reason behind each of them, and all of us just go, okay, you're right, but like
how?
those are very specific
That is
reasons.
How did you know that? Yeah, so he did have an advantage that you listeners didn't have or won't have. He was able to see the script,
Yeah.
and a lot of his guesses had to do with formatting and stuff.
Mhm.
So hopefully you will also be crazy good guessers when it comes to who wrote what. But yeah, what was your writing experience for the episode that you?
It was very interesting because I have a problem with focusing on getting a writing thing done. Like, I can focus on it for like a couple days and just like get a whole bunch of it done. But then if a long enough time passes, I'll start to lose interest in it, and then it'll be harder for me to focus on writing it. But oddly enough, this script was pretty easy for me to write out. It only took me a couple of days to really get everything put together and then edit it to be a bit more condensed and a bit more streamlined.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, it was very fun to write because I had to go off of the short story that Michael had wrote, b pull things out of my memory and my notes from when we did the session, to either correct things that Michael had gotten wrong or add in details that he hadn't picked up on that I was trying to imply.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it was very fun because it let me do a bunch of writing that I had in a style that I'm not really the greatest at,
Mm-hmm.
but it let me do it with a framework that already had some of those bases that I struggle on covered.
Okay. Yeah. Shoot. There was something that you said in there that I was like, oh, I want to touch on that before I go into my writing process. It had to do with something Michael did. Oh well. I do want to touch on though. So when you say storytelling that you're not as familiar with, are you referring to the narration?
Narration was a big one.
Okay.
Because I've done a little bit of writing. I want to do a bit more. And generally in those, I try to shy away from doing narration work. Just because the way that I write things down, it doesn't generally work to have a narrator in there. But in this one, with Michael's stuff that he had in there, and with the way we were doing the story, it did kind of work a bit better to have a narrator.
Mm-hmm.
Also more of like the mystery aspect.
Yeah.
Like I can do my best to get the point across verbally when I'm like talking it out with someone or doing it in a session.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to writing it down, it's a little bit harder for me to do because I want to give so much information,
Exposition dumb.
exposition dump, but it's like it's a mystery. I can't give all the information.
Can't exposit.
Partly because it'll ruin the mystery for later, and partly because it's up to the audience to pick up those pieces themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I little behind the scenes for you listeners. The inclusion of the narrator was a hot topic amongst the three of us because for me, so my inspiration for my writing on this story very much came from Twilight Zone and all of that, and the like when you think Twilight Zone, you think Rod Serling, and hearing his voice narrating at the beginning and at like different times throughout. So I'm like, oh man, this whole story just screams Twilight Zone. I think we need a narrator, and I think Michael was a little bit on the fence.
Michael was sort of the in-between
Yeah.
person out of the three of us.
And Jacob was opposed to the narrator. So it took maybe like two or three meetings to like finally confirm, no, I think the narrator needs to be in the story. And I know personally, I think the story just does so much better with the narrator.
I think so, yeah.
He's able to piece out different bits of information that you can't properly express through just audio, voice acting, and dialogue. So I think it's really he is his own character in this story. And for our keen-eared listeners, yes, that is our very own Jacob who is narrating.
It is.
The narrating the narration. I know what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I already said, my writing process, a lot of inspiration from Twilight Zone, as well as a very niche, not well known TV show called Granite Flats that is from, I don't know if BYU TV made it or they just distributed it, but it is an awesome show. Go see it. We might do that for a hidden gem.
Hidden gems.
I think it qualifies, but it is very much kind of the mystery. What's going on? There's something mysterious happening in this town, sort of feel, and like that is very much mirror image of Sweethaven. So I'm like, okay, what would these characters do in this situation? Unfortunately, I had my own experience through the game, like, okay, this is what we actually did. But yeah, writing the episodes was very interesting. And as Jacob mentioned, this one was very collaborative as opposed to the next ones we're going to do. For instance, Michael wrote basically the entire script for the next story that we're going to be telling, and I fleshed it out a little more, but he essentially did the legwork on that one. The next one after that I will be working on, I will probably be doing most of the legwork on that one, and then the guys will look through it, make their additions and everything, and then same for Jacob's. So this one, I think, was really a litmus test of how well can we all work together telling one singular story and getting the same message across in each episode.
Yeah. And also, how well do our writing styles connect?
Yes.
Because if they're like complete opposites from each other and it just feels off and weird every single episode because a different person wrote it,
Yeah.
then that wouldn't work out.
Yeah.
So
I think that we all captured each character the way that they were supposed to be. I think there were a few tweaks that had to be made here or there, but we all pretty much were like, no, this is what this person is like. It's what they're thinking. This is how we should portray them. And as Jacob said, we all have very different writing styles. Michael, most of the comedy that you'll probably hear in this story and most of our other stories will be from Michael. Not to say that me and Jacob can't cut up and make jokes, but Michael's like I don't know, how would you describe him?
It just comes out.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
with Michael, it just shows up on the page, and like we go back and we're like, Michael, why did you put this here, and where did you get that from? He's like, I don't remember. I just put it there.
I thought it was funny, so I did it. I'm like, okay.
It is funny,
It is
so
funny.
we'll keep it there.
Yeah. I'm very... I tried to be very philosophical in some of my writing. It doesn't always come across right, but I do enjoy writing dialogue between characters. Not a lot of quick conversations, but more like, okay, this is what these characters need to flesh out in this scene for the story as a whole. So that's kind of where a lot of my writing comes from. I will say, Jacob probably has some of the best, like, one of our actors said, what was it? Witty dialogue, quick dialogue. It's very good conversational dialogue, and like that's really good. We all just have our own niche and just enmeshed very well in this story.
Yeah. They very well fit together to make the story a bit more complete. Because, like you said, my specialty is much more the quick dialogue. Yours is much more longer form dialogue, more deeper conversations. I tend to just get in, get the point across, get it over with, get out. That's my tendency, for better or for worse, in a scene. So it's good to have someone else there who's much more like, okay, we're there, let's build on that.
Yeah. Which is ironic because as a speaker, like when I'm actually having conversations, I don't usually talk that much. I'm very much more of the, okay, get in, say what I need to, and then I'm out. So being more of a prolonged speaker, a long-winded speaker in my writing, I think it's kind of ironic and funny. But I did remember the thing that I was going to say earlier. So, speaking of how well we all mesh together in writing each episode, there's a lot of choices that we made within the dialogue that probably look like typos or plot holes, and were typos and plot holes. But after we looked at it more and kind of fleshed some other things out, we're like, no, that actually makes a lot of sense. That adds to the mystery aspect of this story.
Because that's kind of something that we want to get across to people in the story, is we want people to think about what's going on. Because sort of like one of the main points of the story is being watchful of what's happening around you. And in the story, a lot of weird stuff happens, and a lot of seemingly normal stuff happens. And we wanted to leave a bunch of it up to the audience to figure out what's happening here.
What's normal and what's weird.
Yeah.
And by the end of the story, you will see why we wanted to tell it that way. Little twist at the end.
Oh, yes. What a twist.
With a twist. I hope that's not copyright. Yeah, so I think that those unintentional plot holes really help tell the mystery story. And yes.
So, moving on to the next topic that we want to go over is more like the casting, the people we got to come in and help us with this, and that both that process and how that ended up working out.
Yes.
Since this was like a thing that we did in real life and had a bunch of us were a part of that, we figured everyone that was involved in that session should at least voice act the character that they did.
Be given the choice and option to voice the character that they played. And fortunately, everyone that played a character was able to voice their character. So that was actually really neat. And one thing that I want to have happen for the other story that I mentioned, but I don't think one of the characters will probably be able to be voiced by his original player.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll find out. But that was that part of the process was really cool because fortunately all of us were still in the area and are still in the area. He hadn't because he'd come back.
Yeah, he'd come back.
So I was gonna say one of our people had moved away, but that was long before the game was even played. So
yeah,
moot point. But yeah, so all of us natural choices for the cast. The next part was finding voices for the NPC, shall we say?
For everyone else in the
everyone
town.
else, because in game that was Jacob.
Yeah,
he was the voice, and as good a voice actor as he is, playing a woman does not come as naturally to him as you might think or might not think.
Yeah, and it doesn't really sound the best unless you like heavily edit the voice.
A real woman is usually better.
Yes.
Although, let's just say, do we have your permission?
Yes.
All right, so
I got bullied.
one of the female characters is voiced by our dear friend Jacob, and we shall leave it to you all to guess which one that is.
It's pretty obvious.
It's pretty obvious. We did do some editing magic on it to make it a little less obvious that the voice was that of a man. But
I got bullied into doing that role.
listen, our voice cast comprised of 2 women at this point. So the choices were either try to find another woman, which we probably could have done, but didn't really have the time to do, or have one of the 3 of us voice this character. And Jacob was the big winner because he had the best female voice.
No. It's not the best female voice.
That's true.
The
best voice for this character.
Me and Michael were doing testing of the microphone, and I just decided to do a random voice for that line to test the microphone and see how it did. And after that, Michael's just like, Jacob, you're doing that role. I'm like, what do you mean I'm doing that role? He's just like, that is the perfect voice for that character. You're doing that role.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty good. It fits very, very well. But yeah, so hopefully in the future productions, we won't have to bully Jacob into voicing a female.
Hopefully.
But
The
yeah.
cast that we did get for Sweethaven was very good.
Very, very good.
I think we got all the people we wanted.
I believe so, yeah. And I believe everyone fit into the roles that we... I don't know if typecast is really the best word, but I'll use it for lack of a better term. Typecast in those roles
Yeah.
before we even heard them.
I think the only real problem we had with voice acting was when it came to the narrator. And
Yeah.
that's... So I wasn't initially supposed to do the narrator lines, but the person we had in mind for it, it just didn't work out for them to do it.
Yeah.
So I had to step in last minute and do it, which it worked out fine. Yeah, it worked out
It
fine.
worked out fine. And there's a reason why it works better that we'll flesh out more in the next commentary, because it might spoil some things if we talk about it now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it really worked out well, and I don't know. Can we talk about that one comment I made to you about why you being the narrator works better than the previous one?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Because
If not, we can just cut
cut it out. So there is one, a name of a street, the street that Everett lives on, that the narrator says, and the proper pronunciation of it is Onifree Road. But our previous narrator pronounced it One Fry. So he is not where we are. So we kind of sent him the script and had him send his voice recordings back to us. So we weren't able to direct him or give him commentary or notes on how things are supposed to be pronounced. So when it comes back and it says he lives on One Fry Road, I was like, no, that's not right.
Yeah.
So, fortunately, Jacob already knew how that was supposed to be pronounced, so it just flowed naturally for him. I just thought that was funny. I was like, yeah, that is one downside to him being far away.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would have been fine.
Mm-hmm. The other narrator had a good, because he sent me a clip of the revised voice that he was going to try and use for it, and it worked a lot better, but it just didn't work out for him to do the whole thing.
Yeah, which kind of a bummer. If you are listening to this, I appreciate the time that you spent on this, and hopefully we might be able to get you on another project.
Yes. And probably one that's less time consuming than this one.
Yes.
Because I think the narrator is the one besides the main characters that has the most lines.
Yeah, that's probably right. Because he's in every episode.
Yeah.
And
he talks
he
for
talks
quite a bit.
It dies down a little bit in each episode, which is something that Jacob pointed out during one recording, and I thought that was interesting, unintentional thing that we did. But yeah, so back to the voice cast. I think everyone, I think we've made this clear in other things that we've said. none of us are professionals when it comes to voice acting.
No.
When it comes to editing, any of that. Us, the founders, this is our baby steps into this whole realm of story content and media, and even more so for our voice cast.
Yeah.
But they all did phenomenal.
Oh,
I would
yeah.
say they like. I know a couple of our actors were like, I'm not used to this. I don't know what I'm doing. You're gonna have to tell me what to do. I'm like, hey, listen. What you're doing is great. We believe you can voice this role. That's why we cast you.
Oh yeah.
Just go for it. And I think everyone accomplished their roles very, very well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's will it have already been?
What part?
Cross going crazy. I think that
Yes.
that is an episode 2.
That's an episode 2.
Cross going crazy. Jacob wasn't able to be at that recording.
Oh, I missed that one, and I was so mad.
I will tell you what, the actor for Cross, I'm pretty sure he asked, can I just go for it? And I said, yeah, do it. And it shows. It shows. It is so good. During the editing for it, like I have to listen to all the dialogue like multiple times, and that scene I'm like, oh man. this is peak stuff right here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I gotta say about that. But everyone did so good for not having any experience when it comes to this.
Yeah. It was really good. Like we definitely had to do a bit of work and a bit of tweaking, getting people comfortable around the microphone and stuff like that. But once people got comfortable with it and sort of got into the state of, okay, we're recording, we're playing this character, we're not just reading off a script, where we become this character, it just worked. It worked really well.
I mean, that goes into being a actor as a whole.
Oh yeah.
You gotta feel comfortable in the role that you're in. You're not just someone regurgitating lines.
Yep.
You are that person. I know a lot of method actors get some guff for being method actors. I don't know. There's a little bit of truth behind their philosophy.
Yeah.
Some people go too far, but like you have to be in the mindset of the character you are portraying in order to properly portray that character. And I think a lot of our cast was able to do that.
Oh yeah.
But unless you have anything else on the cast you want to say, I think we kind of segued pretty well into expectations versus reality.
Yeah.
Because talking about the microphone setup.
Oh my goodness.
So we don't have a lot of money to spend on our equipment, so we just tried to find the best quality stuff that we could with the quote-unquote budget we gave ourselves.
And then jury-rig Frankenstein the daylights out of it.
Yes. I know a lot of our audience from the first episode commented on the audio quality. I will address that now. Part of that is microphone stuff, but a majority of that is recording studio, quote-unquote studio stuff, because surprise, we don't have an actual studio that we're recording in.
Yeah.
We are utilizing a classroom and making the best that we can of it. Jacob mentioned Frankenstein stuff. We bought soundproofing foam, and unfortunately we did not think of this until all of the scenes for Sweethaven were recorded, but we made a soundproofer board to put in front of the microphone. That way, all of the audio wasn't like just going past. It was able to like just stop there and hopefully get a little better sound. So hopefully in future stuff, it sounds a little bit better.
Yeah. And also, we didn't find this out until like we were almost done editing episode 1, but for all of the narrator's lines, for a few of Everett's lines, and a few other lines, the recording software we were using was cutting out the pauses, and oh my goodness, it was so frustrating.
Sounds so bad.
It sounds so bad. There were points it's most obvious in episode 1.
Yeah.
There are some bits throughout the rest of it that will pop up. Hopefully we have a bit more time to edit those out.
Yes.
But there are just moments where it's like it just cuts.
Yeah.
And we have to go in manually to add a pause there.
Put those pauses in. And then it sounds janky then because there's background noise in the audio, but then nothing. So I'm like, ah!
It's frustrating.
Yeah.
But we're working on it. We've corrected the issue.
Work in progress.
Work in progress.
Work in progress.
It's gonna get more polished as it goes along.
We know what to look for in future stories, so hopefully we won't have any of those problems. Another thing we did not realize until after we already did it was one of the recordings was being recorded through headphones.
Yep.
Not through the microphone.
Uh-huh.
So it sounds very canned. The narrator for episode 1, if you are a keen-eared listener, there's a few words that it doesn't sound like he said the whole word.
Yeah.
That's because the headphones were kind of far away from him.
Yeah, so it didn't pick up everything.
Yeah, so hey, if you started with us from episode 1 and you're sticking with us despite all of that, we appreciate you.
Thank
You're
you.
the best.
We have polished the narrator's lines a lot. We re-recorded all the narrator's stuff.
After 1, we were like, we need to re-record.
We also realized, like, after we were done with the narrators, with my first time doing the narrators stuff, we realized that where we had it set up, there was an echo because we didn't have soundproofing on the wall behind us.
Yeah.
So it was bouncing, especially when we set up the pad. It was bouncing off of the little mini wall that we put behind the microphone and hitting that corner and bouncing back to the microphone, so there was an echo.
Yeah.
There are a couple lines where that will show up, but not many.
Yes, I think in some Susan stuff, and possibly some of Orderly 2 stuff.
Yeah, not much.
No, not much.
But a little bit.
Yeah.
We're hopefully gonna edit it so that it's not as noticeable.
Yes.
But it's hard to do.
Yeah, like we said, things to look for in future stuff. We are already creating a checklist for every time we record now. Like, is this how it's supposed to be? Is this setting that it's supposed to be at? Or is this positioned how it's supposed to be? So hopefully, as we keep going, the quality will keep going up as well. So, yeah, I mean, expectations-wise, this was a lot more work than I think we initially thought. But it's been rewarding. And for me, it's been rewarding so far.
It's expectations-wise. we thought we were going to be able to get it all done in one big sweep and then just call it a day. But reality was much more. We had to go back and re-record some things, edit some things, change the script a couple times. Uh, that being said, it was very beneficial, and having talked to several people who have done similar stuff, it's par for the course. So
Yeah. So, I mean, you hear about big budget movies having to do reshoots and rewrites and stuff. And I guess going into this, we should have felt a little bit better knowing that that's what they even have to do. But yeah, no, I know I expected all of this to be recorded, edited, and published before you're listening to this now.
Yeah.
I was hoping that all of Sweethaven would have been out by the end of, it would have been by the end of August.
Yeah,
That would have been. Yeah. And
that was the plan, because it was once every other week that we were going to do it.
Yeah, so like, I'm sure some of you probably picked up in some of the previous audio we have. We're talking about, oh yeah, next week, you hear this, you get to hear this in the story. And we're like, no, actually next month, you'll get to hear this in the story. So resetting our expectations was a major thing for me, I know, because we did not expect how long the editing process would be.
Yeah. But it's been working out, and we've been learning a ton from this project. Our eventual plan is later down the road, once we've gotten like really good at this and have a bit more money to potentially redo
Episode
Sweethaven.
At least episode one. Maybe we'll redo everything.
That'd be more like
we'll see.
Less of a redo and more of like a remaster.
Yeah,
of it.
remaster, re-edit, get it back to the quality that it should be.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can do that. Push it out for you guys. Give you how episode 1 is supposed to really be. But yeah, no. Already in between 1 and 2, there's a lot of. That was weird. There's been a lot of software. That's what it is. The software that I've realized. Oh, if I do that that makes less work for me. so like the intro, the intro where you hear our voices and we're kind of telling you who we are. I did not realize that I can make that a preset.
Oh, really?
And just move that from one project to another.
Okay.
Before, I was just importing the whole project into the new one, cutting out the part I wanted to keep, and then deleting the other part. I was like, there's gotta be an easier way to do this. And lo and behold, there is.
There is.
And I finally figured it out. So, cool. Now the intro and the outro should be about the same quality all the way around. But, yeah. So, and even when it comes to, like, doing the recordings, I think some of our expectations had to be tempered a little bit too, because we're not professionals.
Yeah.
And I think going into it like, oh, this is just a little fun thing that we're gonna do and then record it. But on the days that we did record that way, the quality wasn't super great.
Yeah.
So
we had to act a bit more professional.
Yeah.
And when we did act a bit more professional, it came out a lot better.
Yes. And it's time to straight up scold one person.
Yep.
So we were in the middle of a scene recording, and we're planning to do like video behind the scenes things for people to see on a Patreon down the road. And Michael is our marketing manager, specialist, what have you. And so he was the one in charge of the camera. In the middle of us recording a scene, he decided, I'm going to get a tripod out and position it to record this. The tripod is quite noisy.
Yep.
With all of the pops and locks that it takes to put it in position. And you can hear all of those in the audio recordings. And I was like, Michael, what are you doing?
I remember that day very distinctly because my position was like in the corner with an additional laptop recording some of the actors' lines, and I had a clear view of Michael as he was pulling out the tripod, and I was like as quietly as possible trying to get his attention to get him to stop because it was showing up on my recording as well. It's like, Michael, stop it.
No. Yeah, so...
And he isn't here to defend himself.
He is not,
so
so we can bully him as much as we want.
yes.
We will give him an opportunity to defend himself at some point.
At some point.
But yes, I feel like that is a funny story that you all would appreciate from our recording. There was one instance, so on the recording that you were not there, we were expecting another actor to show up at any moment, and it was the middle of Cross going crazy. And I was like, this is going really well. I do not want us to have to re-record this. So I was watching like a hawk out the window so I could motion for the actor to not come in and wait for the scene to end and then had him come in. But I was like, please do not show up. And he did show up, but he saw me, so fortunately nothing was ruined. But I was like, please do not show up.
This is going really well.
Yeah. So, a few funny stories from our recording. Any other funny things?
There was...
I know there was a lot of funny stuff.
There were a lot of... So, I think this is a bit more prevalent in the later episodes, but it's something that happened throughout recording. Again, we're gonna dog on Michael for a little while. Michael, so for a bunch of the recording when we just have the other actors going by themselves and the actor that they were supposed to be talking to wasn't there, we would have someone say the line sort of like in a more monotone voice just to get the... or just say the line. And more often than not, Michael would be the ones who said the line or made the sound effects.
Yeah.
So you would just be making sound effects and like not like really attempting to make the sound effects, just like bare bones basic. This is the onomatopoeia of what's happening here. And it would crack up the actors, and we lost so many takes to them cracking up.
Takes and minutes. There is one example of him making a sound effect, which I still need to figure out a fix for at the time of recording. It's when he breaks down Cross's bedroom door. He just goes, ugh. And you can hear, in the unedited part of the audio, you can hear, I didn't say anything, but you can hear him defending a look that I gave him because he was like, "What? We can just fix it in post or re-record it," but we never re-recorded it. So I'm like, great. Now I gotta come up with actual like grunting noises for that scene, and it's probably not gonna sound like him. So when you hear a weird grunt that doesn't sound like Michael, that's probably why. That was the best choice.
That was the best choice we could come up with.
Yeah, so another instance of us things to work on in the future. Did we re-record everything that we said we were going to re-record? No, we didn't.
No, we did not.
I guess, yeah. But there was one time. Nah. I won't dog him for this one. We had one actor that showed up late, but
yes, I remember that.
yeah, we won't dog him for that.
Yeah.
We already gave him a hard time. But oh man, I know there's other funny stuff.
There's a lot of funny stuff that happened.
We might have touched on it in some of the videos that we did,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Oh, the nurse's scream.
Oh yeah.
We had a very difficult. If you're listening to this, thank you for the scream you gave us. It worked very well.
Yes.
But
Great screams.
It was difficult to get to that point because she was very afraid to full scream.
Properly scream out.
And thankfully, the place that we had set up as a studio was very far away from anything else that was happening, so we
Yes.
could full send it, just like as loud as you want to go.
Bloody murder.
And we eventually got a pretty good one.
A phenomenal scream.
Phenomenal one.
Yes.
But it was a bit of a journey getting there.
Yeah. We had to describe situations that would make her scream or gasp.
And then we ended up just making her laugh because Michael went off on a whole tangent.
It was a weird tangent.
It was a weird tangent.
Oh well.
I think I also went off on a weird tangent with that one too.
I think we all kind of went off on weird tangents.
Yeah. But we got one eventually.
We got what we needed. That was the computer needs to be plugged in. So that either means we need to wrap up or plug the computer in. We've been going for quite a while.
Yeah.
So maybe we should wrap up
I think
on
we can wrap up.
on the commentary.
Right.
So I don't know, any interesting details that we want to leave them with?
Do we want to mention the ending Morse code?
Oh, yes. So, for all of you who have we'll mention it, and then if we don't like it when I'm editing, we can cut it out.
Yeah, we can cut it.
For those of you who stayed to the very, very end of the story recordings, there have been Morse code little tic-tacs. That's not the right word, but oh well. Kind of alluding to what might be going on in Sweethaven. And if any of you listeners are so keenly inspired to guess what those messages might be, we might have a little sneak peek for you as to where the story goes after the end.
Yeah. It helps to amplify the mystery.
Indeed.
So definitely keep an eye out on those. watch to the very end, because there may be something, well, sneaky waiting for you there.
Yes. So, episode 3 and 4. What have you got for us next?
It should be fun.
It should be.
Hopefully, we'll come out with 3 and 4. 3, probably 2 weeks after this one. After this
Probably.
commentary thing.
Probably.
Probably.
Hopefully.
Depending
We'll
on how
see.
the editing goes.
We shall see.
The schedule is less solid for Sweethaven since we're getting started and we're getting
Yes.
used to the process. But hopefully,
The schedule that we're trying to stick to right now is story episode, middle stuff, story episode.
yeah.
So we'll see where we're at when this comes out.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully, the next thing you listen to, or the semi-next thing that you listen to, is episode 3. So we shall see.
We shall see.
And you have a fantastic day.
This has been a Lore to Legends podcast, a production of Thunder Bear Studios.